Lee Santo here again, and today we're getting one step closer to shooting. We've been over some of the basics so far. Now we're going to actually talk about loading our weapon systems. All right, I'm working with a semi-automatic handgun today, and again, this is called a magazine. This is the box that holds the rounds that feed the mechanism of that semi-automatic handgun. Okay, and I need to place my cartridges into the magazine. On semi-automatic handguns, this box magazine here has what we call inside it a follower. It has a spring underneath it. This is what pushes the bullets up into the weapon as it cycles. Okay, so I'm going to take my cartridge and I'm going to put the flat end towards the back end of the flat part of the magazine. But to do that, I got to press down on the follower and get right under the feed lips as I push the cartridge all the way back. And then I'm going to load the subsequent rounds right on top of those. So I'm going to press this down and just continue to load it until I've loaded it to capacity. All right, this particular weapon system, this magazine holds 8 cartridges. All right, now once it's loaded, I want to make sure all those are seated against the back of it, so I just give it a little tap with the palm of my hand, and my magazine is set up and ready to insert into the weapon system. Now again, remember, we're following those safety rules and we want to load our weapon system up. If you're out on the range and you're just getting ready to do some shooting practice, there are some things I can do without taking the weapon out of the holster, and one of those is inserting a magazine into it. I can leave it right there in the holster and insert that magazine and press it to make sure it locks in place. Now the weapon's loaded, but it's not charged, so it's still not ready to shoot. I'm actually going to have to get it out of the holster and manipulate the slide to be able to do that. All right, so I'm going to face down range here, got our eye and ear protection on, and I'm going to draw the weapon out, and I'm going to bring my hand over the back of the slide. I'm going to pull it all the way to the rear while I push forward on the frame and chamber around into it. Okay, once I do that, this one I'm going to set on safe. I'm going to acquire a sight picture here and go through all the steps I would normally go through before I put this weapon back in the holster. So here it is, it's loaded, it's charged, and it's ready to go. And that's kind of what we refer to as an admin load. I'm not under any pressure here. I just want to get it set up because I'm going to do some practice out here at the range. In a little bit, we'll start talking about a speed reload, or an empty load is what we call it. And then the third type of load we talk about out here is a tactical reload. And we'll go over all 3 of those as we get to them. All right. But for now, that's how I can load this weapon system up. I can help my holster to help me accomplish that. I can use the holster, and that way I've got that muzzle controlled, all right, in the event that I can't get that safe direction. So it stays in the holster, I insert a magazine till it locks, and then when I get my safe direction, I face down range, I draw it out, pull the slide to the rear, let it go, charges it, and it's ready to shoot.